What if everything you ever wanted, money, love, success, happiness, was just 18 seconds away? It sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that there's a little-known technique, backed by the teachings of Abraham Hicks, that could unlock the doorway to your dream life, in less time than it takes to boil water? Most people spend their entire lives chasing goals, hustling harder, and feeling like they're always just one step behind. But here's something they don't tell you: you don't have to chase anything. Because the universe is already listening. It's just waiting for you to speak its language. And that language is focused thought. In this video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood secrets of the law of attraction, the 17-second rule. A principle so powerful that Abraham Hicks called it the very ignition point of manifestation. A point where a single, pure, uninterrupted thought can start building momentum toward physical reality. But it gets even more interesting. You've probably heard about visualization and positive thinking. But do you know why 17 seconds is the magic number? Why not 15 or 30? And what happens when you go beyond that, to 68 seconds? That's where things really start to shift. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the science behind why holding a thought for just 17 seconds begins to change your vibration. A simple method to tune your mind to this frequency and attract what you want. Common mistakes people make that block their desires, without even realizing it. And how just 1 minute of your day can rewrite the rest of your life. We're not talking about blind hope or wishful thinking. This is about energy, alignment, precision, and timing. And if you stay with us until the end, you'll walk away with a tool so simple and powerful, it may just become your daily secret weapon. So, if you're tired of struggling, and you're ready to learn how to magnetize anything you desire on purpose and with ease, then don't go anywhere. Welcome to Bright Mind Within, the place where ancient wisdom meets modern minds. If you're ready to unlock your inner power, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a moment of transformation. Now, take a deep breath. Because what happens in the next 18 seconds could change everything. Everything in the universe is energy, including your thoughts. Just like a radio station sends out signals that match a certain frequency, your thoughts send out vibrations that match what you're thinking about. This is the foundation of the law of attraction, like attracts like. Whatever energy you put out through your thoughts and emotions is exactly what you draw back into your life. If you constantly think about what's going wrong, you attract more of that. If you're focused on problems, setbacks, or fear, you're sending out a signal that matches those experiences. And the universe, without judgment, simply mirrors that energy back to you. But the same rule works in your favor when your thoughts are focused on what you want, on the feelings of success, love, freedom, or abundance. When your mind is filled with images of the life you want, and you feel good while thinking about them, you're aligning your energy with those experiences. That's when the law of attraction begins to work its magic. This is why it's so important to keep your thoughts not just positive, but focused. Random positive thinking doesn't have the same effect as deep, intentional focus. A single, powerful thought held with clarity and emotion becomes a magnet. And the longer you can hold it without doubt or distraction, the stronger that magnet becomes. Many people don't realize that their scattered thoughts are weakening their ability to attract what they want. 1 minute they're hopeful, the next they're doubting. This back and forth creates mixed vibrations and mixed results. But when you learn to direct your thoughts deliberately, you start to shift everything. Because you're not just thinking, you're broadcasting. And the universe is always listening. There's a hidden doorway in your mind that opens when you hold a single, clear thought for just 17 seconds. According to Abraham Hicks, this is the activation point, the moment when a thought begins to generate real energy. It's not about thinking harder or longer, it's about thinking with purity. A thought free from doubt, free from contradiction, and full of emotional charge. When you focus on something you truly desire and hold that image or feeling in your mind for 17 seconds, you start to vibrate at the frequency of that desire. This is known as the combustion point. It's like lighting a match. At 17 seconds, the spark catches. And from there, it begins to build momentum. What happens next is even more powerful. If you can hold that same pure thought for 68 seconds, just a little over a minute, the energy becomes strong enough to begin attracting real change into your reality. That's when manifestation kicks in. You're no longer just wishing or hoping. You're aligning. You're tuning in to the exact vibration of what you want. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you dial in precisely, the static disappears and the signal comes through clear. That's what happens with your thoughts at the 68-second mark. The universe picks up your signal without interference. But it starts with those first 17 seconds. They are the foundation. The spark. Most people don't give their desires even that much focused attention. Their minds wander, get distracted, or mix in negative beliefs. But when you learn to hold your focus, just 17 seconds of clear, positive thought, you start tapping into a level of creative power most people never even realize they have. 17 seconds may not seem like much, but in the world of energy and vibration, it's everything. It's the minimum time your mind needs to focus on a single thought for it to begin vibrating strongly enough to attract similar energies. Before those 17 seconds, your thought is still forming, it hasn't gained enough energy to signal the universe. But once you cross that threshold, you've done something powerful. You've lit the fuse. This short burst of focused attention starts the manifestation process. You're no longer just thinking randomly. You're deliberately tuning your mind to a specific outcome. And that's when the universe starts to respond. Because in those 17 seconds, your vibration becomes clearer. It starts sending out a signal, like a beacon, and similar energies begin moving toward you. Think about how most people think: a few seconds on a desire, then a quick switch to worry, doubt, or distraction. That's not enough time for any real vibration to form. It's like trying to heat water and turning the stove off after just a few seconds. Nothing happens. But hold the flame steady, and things begin to change. In those crucial 17 seconds, if you can stay focused on a thought that feels good, you're aligning your inner world with what you want in the outer world. You're creating a magnetic field around that idea. Your energy begins to shift, and momentum builds. Even if you stop after 17 seconds, you've already planted a seed. This is why training your mind to concentrate, even for a short time, is so valuable. It's not about how big your desire is. It's about how purely you can focus on it, even for a few moments. Because that's when creation begins, not in effort or struggle, but in clarity and vibration. Manifestation starts with clarity. The very first step is to choose a clear and specific desire. Not something vague like "I want to be happy" or "I want more money," but something you can actually visualize. A specific amount, a certain experience, a detailed outcome. When your desire is clear, it becomes easier for your mind to lock onto it without resistance. Next, you need to find a quiet space. This step is often overlooked, but it's crucial. Distractions pull your attention away, even if you don't realize it. A peaceful environment helps you stay centered. It signals to your mind that this moment is important. You're not rushing, you're not multitasking. You're tuning in. Now comes the heart of the process: focus solely on your desire for 17 seconds. That may sound easy, but it takes practice. Visualize your desire as if it's already happening. See it in your mind's eye. Feel it. Imagine the colors, the sounds, the emotions. Let yourself get immersed in the experience, as if you've stepped into a future that already exists. And if you can, take it a step further. Extend your focus to 68 seconds. That's when the energy really starts to build. The thought begins to gather more thoughts like it. Momentum forms. You'll notice that the longer you stay with it, the easier it becomes. You're no longer forcing the vision, you're living in it. This isn't about forcing outcomes or begging the universe. It's about aligning your inner world with the outcome you want to create. One clear desire. One quiet space. 17 seconds of pure focus. 68 seconds of connection. And suddenly, you've done something most people never even attempt. You've consciously sent out a signal strong enough to reshape your reality. Your emotional state during the process is just as important as the thought itself. You might hold an image of what you want, but if you're feeling doubt, fear, or frustration while doing it, your vibration gets mixed. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to energy. That's why it's essential to maintain a positive emotional state while focusing. Choose a desire that naturally makes you feel good. Let excitement, joy, or gratitude rise as you think about it. That emotional charge gives your thought power. Over time, your ability to focus improves. But like any skill, it needs practice. Doing this once is powerful, but making it a daily habit builds real momentum. Each day you repeat this process, your vibration gets stronger and clearer. You begin to think differently, feel differently, and soon, act differently. This repeated focus starts to reprogram your subconscious mind. It shifts your energy from reaction to creation. But there's one trap to avoid: contradictory thoughts. These are the silent blocks that cancel out your progress. For example, you might focus on abundance for 17 seconds, but then spend the rest of your day worrying about bills. That worry sends a vibration that's completely different from what you just practiced. And it weakens your signal. The key is to become aware of these patterns and gently guide your thoughts back when they wander. You don't have to be perfect. What matters is consistency and emotional awareness. Catch yourself when you start to doubt. Choose again. Refocus. Every time you hold a pure thought with good feeling, even for a few seconds, you're tuning into the life you want. The more often you do this, the more natural it becomes. Your energy shifts. Your beliefs shift. And eventually, so does your reality. One of the biggest reasons people don't see results with manifestation is that they allow doubt and negative thoughts to interrupt the focus. You might begin with a strong, clear vision, but the moment you question it, what if it doesn't work, or this is silly, you weaken the vibration. Doubt is like hitting the brakes while trying to accelerate. Even if the thought was pure at first, that single negative emotion can throw you off course. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about deliberately choosing which energy you give your attention to. Another mistake is being inconsistent with the practice. Doing it once and expecting a miracle is like going to the gym for a day and expecting to be fit for life. The universe responds to consistency. When you show up regularly with clear, focused energy, you create a rhythm. And in that rhythm, momentum builds. But if your focus comes and goes randomly, the vibration stays weak. It doesn't gain enough strength to attract what you want. Then there's the subtle trap of focusing on the absence of the desire instead of its presence. This can be tricky. For example, you might think you're visualizing more money, but if your energy is wrapped in fear, like "I really need this because I don't have enough," you're actually reinforcing the lack. The universe doesn't hear your words, it reads your vibration. If your focus is on what's missing, that's what expands. But if you shift to feeling as if it's already here, even if just for 17 seconds, you change the signal completely. This is where awareness makes all the difference. Noticing the direction of your thoughts. Catching the shift from presence to lack. And gently guiding your mind back to where your power really is, in the feeling of already having it. This technique may seem simple, but its results can be life-changing when applied with trust and consistency. People have used this focused thought method to attract new job opportunities. They didn't force the outcome or chase it. They spent just a few seconds each day visualizing themselves walking into the perfect office, signing the offer letter, or receiving the call. Within days or weeks, unexpected job openings appeared. Some were contacted out of the blue. Others heard about positions they never knew existed. The vibration they held matched the reality that eventually unfolded. The same method has been used to improve relationships. Instead of focusing on what's wrong in a relationship, like misunderstandings or distance, some chose to visualize peace, warmth, and mutual understanding for just 17 to 68 seconds. They imagined hearing kind words or feeling emotional closeness. In time, the energy around the relationship shifted. Conversations softened. Old wounds began to heal. It didn't happen through arguments or pressure, it began in the silence of focused thought. Even with health, results have been remarkable. People visualized their body healing, gaining strength, or feeling energized. Rather than focusing on illness or discomfort, they created an image of well-being in their minds. Those few seconds each day helped shift their body's vibration. And with that came better habits, more positive energy, and in many cases, real physical improvement. The best way to begin is to start with small desires. Choose something light, something you're not attached to. A free coffee. A kind message. A smooth commute. These small wins build belief. They show your mind that the process works. And once your confidence grows, you can apply the same steps to bigger goals. It's all about learning to guide your energy, and trusting that the universe always responds. The 17-second technique is simple, yet incredibly powerful. Just by holding a clear, positive thought for this short time, you can start to shift your energy and attract what you truly want. When you practice this regularly, you build momentum that can change your life in ways you never thought possible. Make this a daily habit. Find your quiet moment, focus on your desire, and watch how your reality begins to respond. Remember, it's not about rushing or forcing, it's about steady, focused intention that sends a strong signal to the universe. Your thoughts shape your reality, start shaping yours today. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to Bright Mind Within for more simple and powerful ways to transform your life. We're here to help you unlock your greatest potential.